You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. Instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace. All right, man, let's get this rolling. Show on the road. Want to be quick, fast, in, out like a bank robbery. Now apparently Lathers just showed me on FanDuel where they have Terence Crawford and Errol Spence penciled in for October 29th. All right, now Vegas always knows something. I'm rolling looking for it now. So they got it on October 30th. That's the date they got it. So that's a Sunday, so that can't be right. So they got it on the 30th, but his screen showed the 29th. So I asked people today, the usual, and they said that rumor was not true. They simply told me it is not true. So this is what people talk. This is the day people talking about right here. It says, I rolled all the way out of it. My bad. October 30th, but on his screen say October 29th. I don't know why I say 30th on mine, but that's what they talking about. You can see it's light. It's light in there. It's light. So, like I said before, I heard it wasn't true. And also that time it's gonna be probably World Series time as well too. The NBA gonna be kicking off right around that day too. But today they said it was not true. So they said it was not true. Now I don't know. You hear the 8th thrown out there, you hear the 29th thrown out there, but I heard it was simply not true. So before y'all start riling up, that's what I heard. So heard it wasn't true. So now could that be false? I don't know. They saying the same thing over and over again. So give me 1 second. So give me a minute. So I asked one more person, he ain't got back to me yet. So in other news, apparently Blueface and Swaggy P, Nick Young from the NBA, are gonna be fighting on a pay-per-view. Socialgloves.tv, don't know the price. Eddie Hearn or Ellaby got into it. Somebody reached out to Bernie for me. He said that it's not true. He said blase blah. Started laughing and said people would do anything for views. Somebody else close to the situation said shake my fucking head. So the likelihood that you get Leonard, you gonna probably get a fight between Leonard Ellaby, sanctioned or not sanctioned, between Eddie Hearn before you get this fight. But nonetheless, make sure you thumbs up the video. Now, James Toney said that he picking Terence Crawford to defeat Errol Spence. Okay. Now everybody in the media, in the social media realm, majority are public or pro Errol Spence. Now that's because Errol Spence give interviews. Now Ellie Sackback and his people don't like Errol Spence because he didn't give him an interview. He blew him off and didn't get an interview. and started talking down on Terence Crawford and started saying Errol the best, this, that, and third. I mean, I'm gonna listen to myself before I listen to anybody, right? That's just me. But if I had a second opinion, I'm not gonna listen to anybody that has a conflict of interest as far as trainers, sparring partners. I'm gonna listen to what the legends got to say, you know. Um, and the legends are picking Terence Crawford. Now, Mike Tyson was the latest one at the International Boxing Hall of Fame to throw his hat in. Now it's a legendary Boxing Hall of Fame. You got 3 classes going in. I believe you have Holly Holmes, she going in 3 separate years. Remember, Andre Ward got in before James Toney, which was criminal in my opinion. There's no offense to Andre Ward, but I get it. Andre Ward had a very clean career. He didn't have his performances didn't fluctuate. He was consistent. And James Toney, a little bit disciplined, had the little PD situation, but from that aspect, I definitely understand. Both a great fighter. Be a hell of a matchup. Andre Ward could beat James Toney. James Toney, he had his nights. He said that he should never been a heavyweight. I mean, he should have been a heavyweight from the beginning. So, he kind of rumor had it he knocked out Deion Sanders at the Michigan football camp. That's why he didn't play football no more. But nonetheless, Mike Tyson asks who wins Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Crawford, the reason why I say Crawford is when you look at the guys, they both fought like Sean Porter. Look at what Spence did to Porter and look at what Crawford did to Porter. Now, and that goes consistent with Kell Brook and maybe another opponent, I'm not sure. But then again, you got people on social media who, they say, well, Spence fought a better Porter. And based off what? Based off what Derek James said, like Errol Spence barely beat Sean Porter. And if you going on it, Kell Brook beat Sean Porter better than Errol Spence did too. Oh, he said Fast Spence had done put wear and tear on Porter for real. So by the time he got to Crawford, he knew he was retiring. See how they just moved the pendulum? This is why we need to make this fight happen. But then again, guys like that don't have no profile picture, dude with a do-rag on there and an avatar. Dudes like that, they'd be the first ones to change their avatar, change their name and start dick riding. Or they'd be the first ones to get in there and start building up excuses. Like, them dudes ain't been watching boxing long at all. Let's get the facts straight. Them dudes ain't been watching boxing long at all. So why would I take their opinion? A whole bunch of people who came in boxing around 2012 when Errol Spence came in. Come on, saying stuff like that. What about Triple G softening up Kell Brook? They never bring that shit up to diminish what Errol Spence did. Kell Brook was coming off a win. He was way more fresher, didn't have to cut weight when he fought Terence Crawford. And it would have took Errol Spence 11 rounds to do, which, at one point in that fight, he was down to a dude that come off a broken orbital bone and who was drained. Terence Crawford did it in what? 4 rounds? 5 rounds? And he smacked him across the ring with one punch. Come on. And in 4 rounds and with Errol Spence, he just stepped up the volume with a dude that was weight drained. You know where Roy Jones stand on it stand on it, but with Virgil, not Virgil, is it? Virgil Hill stand on it. John David Jackson, I believe, stand on it. Randall Bailey stand on it. It's cool. That don't mean Errol Spence gonna go in there and lose. In the perfect world, it's a 50-50 fight. And if Errol Spence didn't have a chance, nobody would have clamored for the fight to begin with. It wasn't be scintillating. Now, part of it being scintillating fight now is manifested until he say, she say, put your money up, bet this, bet that, whoopty blam, whoopty blam, whoopty blam. That's what it's turned into. That's why it's interesting. A lot of Terence Crawford fans, Terence Crawford want to prove the naysayers right. But you've seen it happen time and time again in boxing. You've seen this happen time and time again. These new type of boxing fans, I mean, I can't even say, but yeah, they knew. Even the older ones, these middle-aged dudes who got platforms and all that, bro. These new age boxing fans, man, if you Terence Crawford, you're not gonna find satisfaction from the fans. When they determine they don't like you, they don't like you. Only time they like you or root for you when you fight somebody they don't like more than you, or when you retire is when you're gonna get your satisfaction. That's it. They're not gonna say, "Well, shit, Crawford, dog, he ran through Errol Spence or he ashed it out." Look at Sean Porter. They begged him to fight Kell Brook, moved the pendulum versus Kell Brook. This ain't even the best part of the video. I'm really about to start digging in. This Legends part not the best part. I'm gonna get to the chat in a minute. You know, they moved the pendulum. You know, when he fought Sean Porter and stopped him. Oh, the daddy was a power struggle. You know, and Derrick James, he know that's why they trying to get out this fight. That's why they keep throwing the fake dates out here. They trying to put pressure on Terence Crawford so they can slide out the back door. And Terence Crawford said the Hall of Fame today at Fight Hype, I don't need Errol Spence to get into the Hall of Fame. He damn right. He damn right he don't. He in there. And then again, he is older than Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford's older than him. He's done more. You know? But just because somebody said don't make it true. Think about that for a minute. Just because somebody said, well, Errol Spence don't have a chance, don't make it true. I've seen plenty of times when dudes say somebody's scared, they come in there and they whoop their ass. I've seen it 1,000 times before. Trust me. So just because he the popular opinion, it just looked like Terence Crawford just let the lead of boxing shit out of it. It looked like Terence Crawford is he bullying him right now. And it looked like Errol Spence don't want to fight. And everybody know it. After he fought Danny Garcia, I'm gonna ride horses. You know, all types of stuff. And you look at what Fondor said, he ain't had shit to say about what Fondor had to say. And you know he wasn't showing up to the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He probably would have left by now because he would have got his feelings hurt. Him and Derrick James, instead of just strapping their nuts on and proving people wrong, they sensitive. What are you gonna say about James Toney and Mike Tyson? Only had racism and this, that, and the third. The reason why people is jumping on the Crawford bandwagon, a lot of people thought that a lot of these dudes on the Errol Spence bandwagon because Errol Spence played the PR all wrong, bro. He played the PR all wrong. But hit my link tree. It's the first link in the description. Click it. It's pinned in the live chat. You can find me everywhere from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We streaming live on YouTube. You find YouTube there as well too. Twitch and Twitter as well too. If you're on Twitch, YouTube channel is Goodfella TV right on YouTube. So Twitch link, Twitter link, all in the link tree. We also can find my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal in the link tree and in the description, or you can find stream at the bottom of the screen. $ CJ Good 313. Cash App, Venmo the same. CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description, and it's in the link tree. Renardo, salute. Jordan Richards, salute. Lather, salute. Ricky E 245. Welcome to New York City. Crawford fought the best Porter. I mean, shit, he could fought the best Porter. You know, we going off wins and losses. You know, Kell Brook, the one that took his boxing virginity, is out. Shout out to Sturdy Q, boxing guy. That's Mike Tyson, someone who does DMT and eat shrooms. Let that sing. What they got to do with that? Errol Spence drink liquor and probably do all other type of shit. He's still whooping ass and taking names. So what they got to do with the price of tea in China? It's a lot of these dudes that's in the Hall of Fame that was crackheads. So what they got to do with that? So fuck up out of here with that, man. Y'all don't be doing y'all job of wrenches. Get this dude up out of here. I shouldn't have to come in here and get him up out of here. Get him the hell up out of here, bro. If y'all, I'm gonna take everybody wrench, bro, because y'all not doing y'all jobs, bro. He said Bud be the Victor posted that Danny Duck. Yeah, he fought on Danny Card. Took step aside money on Danny Card. That's a fact. Spence beat Kell Brook off a loss, and he did. And nobody points that out. He said that makes it even worse of a win. He beat an old Lamont Peterson. Errol Spence was Porter was EJ's best win, and that was a tough fight for him. He barely won that fight. What's up, Lather? Shout out to Techno. He said, but see, CJ, that's the difference with Bud and Errol Spence fans. He said, Bud fans that pick Bud to win, we actually know Errol Spence can win the fight. Errol Spence Jr. fans act like Bud don't have a chance in hell to win the fight. Like I said before, you know, he just got hurt by a dude named Ordinas Ugas, who wasn't known as a puncher. He got hurt a couple times in that fight, to the body and to the dome. Bro, he came off a stoppage at a higher weight, meaning he lost muscle to come down, and he had broke his face. Kofi Universe, y'all go subscribe to Kofi Universe for the latest and greatest news and hip hop. That's my guy right there. You gonna do? Did you do a video on that documentary yet? I'm almost done with it. I ain't finished yet. My boy from Texas, Reggie Singleton. Salute, bro. What you going on? Happy Friday. Hopefully everything good. Kobe says salute to everyone in the chat. Smash the like button. Click on the link tree and sub to all social media platforms. Follow the Spotify podcast. Say what's good. Jay Hardaway, your stream's been getting me through the week. Appreciate that, bro. That always keep me going. But like I said before, it wouldn't be a good fight. But now I think most people want to see, most people starting to come to Terence Crawford because, like I said before, it's a couple things. Everybody that's talked about this situation that we talked about, they know Al Haymon is a cancer. That's what it is. Now Haymon is the one that's bringing boxing to a screeching halt. He's the one that's not making the fights. Not even what Oscar De La Hoya said today and the day before. It's not even just that, bro. It's just to the point where he not making the fights on his side of the street neither. And that's a problem. If he was making top fights on his side of the street, I don't think nobody in here would complain. Too much more. But he not making those top fights. And out here he's trying to stop another fight. Now you got people like Paulie Malignaggi who gonna be delusional, which Paulie ain't delusional. Paulie trying to get his job back on Showtime, which ain't gonna happen because you just gotta know when to shut up. You know what I'm saying? When you speak too much truth, or you think you speaking the truth from your perspective of being honest, you don't know when to pull back. You ain't Howard Cosell, you ain't Cosell Howard, you ain't John Madden, you ain't none of them. You ain't Tony Romo. And it's always gonna be somebody to supplant you when you ain't stupendous at your job. The dude that you was a successor of, man, he was better than you and Antonio Tarver, but we all know why Antonio Tarver lost his job. He said Triple G damaged Brooke before the Spence fight, and that's a fact. Shout out to 913 Boxing. But like I said before, there's no need to bring up who smashed who, and anybody can have their best night on any given Saturday night. Anybody can have their worst night. Don't mean you be the better version of that person. And just because you beat Sean Porter or you beat Kell Brook in a certain fashion, they not Errol Spence Jr. and they not Terence Crawford. So that's why they fight the fight. Errol Spence might go in there and dominate. He might go in there and dominate, bro. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to say. You say, well, he waited Crawford out. Crawford was old. Crawford was stagnant. At the end of the day, when they go back in box rec, they're not gonna look at the dudes Canelo fought that age. They're not gonna know Canelo, handicapped these fighters with weight and all these other stipulations. They just gonna see the names, they're gonna see the record, and they're gonna credit Canelo Alvarez. Now, the people that live through it, yeah, they're gonna try to get in there and fight it and tell the youth the truth. Just like when Tom came on and started talking about Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. People gonna come in and try to spit the truth, but in history books, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And that's just the honest truth. So, like I said before, Mike Tyson say what he want to say. Floyd Mayweather say what he want to say. And people think Floyd Mayweather, got an alternative, agenda against Errol Spence because of sparring session. Let me tell you this about this sparring session with Errol Spence and Floyd Mayweather, okay? Let me tell y'all this, bro. Okay. This will happen, bro. Nobody ever talks about the sparring session, right? Nobody. And shout out to Aaron Wolf for getting into. Nobody talks about the sparring session. Now, people remember they sparred when Floyd first got out of jail. That's a fact. They sparred when Floyd first got out of jail. Okay? That's when they sparred. When Floyd went to jail, he said he was in solitary confinement. He was living off Snickers and junk food in jail and doing sit-ups and push-ups. Now, if you don't remember when Floyd got out of jail, go look up the pictures. His hairline was at the back of his neck. All right? So that's when they sparred. And I know somebody that's seen it. Now, everybody knows somebody seen it. He said Earl gave him some good work, but apparently they sparred again. Now, Floyd did kick him out the gym. They sparred and they made Floyd bring him back. They sparred again. And nobody talk about the second one. Earl got the best of, Floyd got the best of Earl. But Floyd Mayweather was coming off prison. He was coming out post-prison. That's when he first got out. But Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to losing sparring matches. You know what I'm saying? He's no stranger to losing sparring matches. He got his ribs broke by Lamont Peterson People forget this. He got his ribs broke by Lamont Peterson. People forget Paul Sabador. That's why he don't allow people to tape the sparring sessions no more. Paul, this is the Floyd he beat when his hairline was back there, fresh out of prison, right? And like I said, people forget that's why he don't let people take his sparring matches no more. Him and Paul Sabador. Sabador schooled him in sparring. It was easy. He made Floyd look like a fool. People forget Floyd ran from Vernon Forest. Rest in peace to him. Talking about he left his gym bag and all this type of stuff. And Roger never let him fight spar Vernon Forest. All right, so he must have just got out of prison because you see the Bob Barker box right there. Now, if you ain't don't know this, Bob Barker, has a line of prison slippers. Real talk. He has a line of prison slippers. So, but nonetheless, all right. But that's the version of Floyd he beat in sparring. Like I said before, Floyd Mayweather was no stranger to getting beat in sparring. Trust me. It's sparring. He got his ribs broke. Paul Salvador boxed him. This, that, and the third. But he always tell you, when the lights come on and shine their brightest, I shine my brightest. He'll tell you that. So, people say, well, that's where Errol Spence gained his popularity from. But also, they trying to push Errol Spence to be the next Floyd Mayweather Jr., and it's not working out. He said, Kofi said, I'm going to do a video on the documentary next week. Just been working on the AAU basketball team. All right, good luck out there to the kids. Ugas admired his work when he felt he hurt out of Spence. Laugh out loud. Some people say he took a dive. That's just the way he fight, in my opinion. He said Ugas should have kept working Spence's body. One of Spence's weaknesses is not taking body shots. And while he square up, he square up. He says, 9-1-3, to be honest, I have a little faith in boxing fans. If the fight is made, regardless of who wins, they don't want no glove gates BS. Oh, you already know what's going to go down, bro. You already know what's going to go down. Gunslinger Slack, salute. He said Floyd did 3 months in jail, county jail, prison. I'm not talking about the difference, bro. He was gone away. You know what I meant. But he right. It is a big difference. Shout out to Big Flea. He said if it don't make money, don't make sense. What's up, CJ? Everybody shout out to Kofi. So, yeah, he was fresh out of jail for 3 months. Look at his hairline. He grew hair. If somebody tell him to cut that shit off. Do a week solitary confinement, 3 days solitary confinement. He said he wasn't eating that shit. He was living off the commissary. But nonetheless, all right. So he seemed to be the public. Now he actually there too. Terence Crawford is actually at the International Boxing Hall of Fame, and I think it's Verona, New York. He's actually there, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe that got something to do with it. But at the end of the day, bro, PR wise, it's looking like PBC and Errol Spence fought. And that's just the honest truth. And you got to understand, people like Ann Wolf, these guys like Ann Wolf, Roy Jones, Juan Lopez, dude, they fought people. And it's always never going to be where the era was never tough as minds and this, that, and the third. But it's hard to rate an era while it's going. It's hard to rate an era while it's going. But you can't question the validity of none of these girls and guys that's getting in, these women or men that's getting in. You can't question the validity, bro. You can't question it. Can't question it. Roy Jones, James Toney, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley Jr., Bernard Hopkins, Andre Ward, James Toney, Miguel Cotto. Holly Holmes. You can't question nobody that's actually getting in. Hell of a class. But they hate everybody hating on Errol Spence. If everybody hating on Errol Spence, you know what you do with haters, bro? You stun on them. You prove them wrong. And why ain't Errol Spence out here proving them wrong? Because he listened to Al Haymon, and Al Haymon steering motherfuckers' boxing career in the wrong direction, bro. He's steering Cat's boxing career in the wrong direction. And that's the honest truth. No matter what y'all say, that's the truth. But like I said before, they're gonna just continue to keep diminishing Terence Crawford, keep praising everything Errol Spence doing. That's fine. Cause it don't matter. Either you gonna fight Terence Crawford or people gonna demand you fight Fondor. But every time somebody demand you to fight somebody, you don't fight them. If it's Pacquiao, self-inflicted wound. If it's Keith Thurman, oh, Keith Thurman didn't want to fight me back then. I'm not fighting Keith Thurman now. That ship is sailed. Every time, anytime there's a challenge or a fight that people wanted to see or want to see, he don't fight them. Remember, he said he only fought Sean Porter because he had a belt. Come on. If Sean Porter didn't have that belt, he wouldn't fight Sean Porter, according to his words. And think about that for me. He said, Kobe, what's up? He said, Kobe, what's up? He said, listen to Vince Staples' new album. I've never heard him rap, bro. I always heard him give advice. He said, Mark Thomas, why is there always some BS when it comes to Spencer Crawford? Excuses like crazy. Would be a great fight if they really made it. Yeah, of course. He said, sign the contract Earl and the John Pascal voice. One of my Marquez, one of my favorites. Me too, Gunslinger Zach. Boxing fan X4. He said, the big guppy. Appreciate you in the super chat. That's what he is, the big guppy. So I'm optimistic Spencer Crawford fight will happen. I just don't see why Floyd speaking on it. Why the Floyd? They asked Floyd Mayweather. See, this is how miscommunication travel, bro. People just say, "Oh, Floyd just this, that, and third." For one, Floyd apparently owns stake in the company, but nonetheless, Fight Hype asked Floyd Mayweather in the DM, "Was the story true?" Floyd Mayweather answered Fight Hype and said, "No, Ben, don't post it. It's not true." It's as simple as that. It's not like Floyd came out and said, well, it's not true. Earl is ducking Terence Crawford. I'm trying to tell you, he don't want. No, he answered the question. He said it's not true. Straight up and down. What more validity than you get to a guy that's Al Haymon right hand man? It's not true. He exposing Errol Spence for the liar that he is. He signed his side of the contract. Well, let's get to that. He signed his side of the contract. Okay, then what's the details, Errol? Show the contract. Show the contract. Show the contract. Come on, Floyd Mayweather signed his contract in a $4,000 pen. Come on. Come on, Floyd Mayweather signed. He said Floyd Mayweather uses $4,000 pen to sign Manny Pacquiao fight contract. Mayweather Pacquiao official. I forgot who else just showed their contract. Shakur Stevenson signed his Oscar Valdez contract. I think it was. I believe it was. Yeah. They both signed their contract. Come on. Oscar Valdez point to his contract. Shakur Stevenson, look up. I'm signing my contract. There you go. So if Errol Spence signed the contract, show us. Show us. Tell us the details. Where y'all fighting at? What's the date? What's the split? Is it a rematch clause? Is it not a rematch clause? But he a lying son of a shit. He's lying son of a bitch anyway. Excuse my French. Him and Ugas. Ugas said it wasn't no rematch clause. And Errol Spence said, well, I don't know. And it ended up being a rematch clause. Lying about basic shit. If you did sign the contract, all right, show us the contract. You ain't gotta show us the legal terminology. Just show or just say, this is what I agreed to, and I get this percentage, and this is what I'm guaranteed after this, that, and the third. Show us, because it's not true, nigga. People keep saying on PBC, well, they're waiting on Crawford to sign his contract. Crawford don't have a contract. Or at least that's what he's saying. Crawford said they did not agree to a money split. Come on. And Errol Spence said, well, I'm not going to negotiate through the media. And what's the first thing he do? Well, I did my part. The fight don't happen. It's not on me. What's that called? Negotiate through the media. Come on. That's what that called. Negotiate through the media. Come on. Bomac out of shape and he indisciplined, this, that, and the third, and wooty whoop. No, he could talk shit about that man trainer knowing he ain't getting in the ring with him. And a lot of these fighters not gonna call a spade because they know if they tell the truth about Errol Spence, the legends don't give a hell. The Errol sexual is gonna attack them. It's so big, bro. Most of these dudes won't even show their face in a boxing gym. Most of these dudes don't know nothing what they talking about. And when it don't go their way, they gonna go 2 or 3 ways. They ignore it, or they say, "Stay up, Kane. Wilder still my king." Come on, come on. Wilder still my king. He my everything. You just be sitting there like, okay, bro. But Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, signed their contract. Floyd signed with a $4,000 pen with some white Michael Jackson he gloves. Come on, Earl. What's the details? What you making? Where the fight at? Come on, where the contract at? Come on. Is it Vada drug tested? Are we drug testing? Come on. Kenny told y'all years ago Earl was protected, and he did. He was right. Spence keep running away. Can't keep running away. My daddy never taught me how to knock a nigga out. Can't keep running away. Can't keep running away. Gonna run right into Fondora. I talked to somebody that you don't like Fondora, but I don't give a hell. I'm gonna be rooting for Fondora. He fight Errol Spence. Shit. Fondora. He said the big guppy, aka catfish, aka I kiss boys and like it. Kobe. Spence cap season. Of course it's cap season. He can't tell you nothing about the fight. Well, this is what I'm making, or the split agreed to. Yeah, the money good. Every time you ask Steven Espinoza, well, and Ness keeps saying that Steven Espinoza said we 2/3 done. No, that's not what he said. All right. If you got a pair of ears, nigga, he said he said that do the fighters want it? Is the promoter out the way? He's saying the same thing, but he's just saying it in a different way. Pay attention. He says 2/3 done, bro. He keeps saying we need the money, the problem, the money, the problem, the money, the problem, the money, the problem, the money, the problem. He keeps saying the same thing. He ain't say we 2/3 of the way. We got the venue down packed. We know who's gonna walk first. We're gonna be on the poster second. We know what kind of date we agreed on a date. We just ready to get the money. It ain't no going forward, bro. If the money can't agreed on, why we talking about a venue? Why we writing the contract? Why we signing the contract? Why we going through a contract? If we don't agree to basic terms like money, neutral site, all of that, we don't agree to basic terms. Like, bro, what we talking about? What we talking about? And he just the middleman, bro. Al Haymon can pull in every string like Pinocchio. He literally just the middleman. If Floyd, and then Errol Spence still ain't saying nothing back to Fondora. Mr. Twitter Fingers always got something to say. If it was Rolly talking shit, he had something to say. Mr. Twitter Fingers ain't answered Fondora yet. I believe Blood will start walking Errol Spence down around 9. Good. He said, but Floyd love attention. He's not trending. Well, at the end of the day, bro, Floyd Mayweather did not come out and make this public. He did not come out and make this public. Fight Hype asked him a question. They screenshot the DM. They put it in the damn video. So what this got to do with Floyd Mayweather, bro? What this got to do with it? He answered a DM. He said, Ben, don't post it. Fine. Ben posted the DM. Get mad at Ben. Bet he won't go to the fight. But why would he? Shit. He didn't go to Shakir Stevenson fight. He was asked a question. Y'all be getting in y'all feelings a little bit too much. Now I can see if Floyd came out here and say, well, Errol ducking Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford whooped his ass. Then cool. That sounded a little salty. Come on. The Godfather tried to tell him they don't want to fight him, Jordan Richard. He did. Terence, I told you, they don't want to fight. But you don't know when Bob Arum lying and telling the truth. No way. What's going on? Oh, hey, Jamaica, salute, bro. Hopefully all is good. Terence, they don't want to make your type of fights over there, Terence. I've tried and called. They just won't answer the phone. That's what he probably told him. But you don't know he lying or not. Bo Mac the homie, while they talking about his record, how many fights Bo take on week's notice. This ain't made this fight in 5 years. He talking about, we got to wait until I get 3 belts and I'm going to take the easy route. The easy route. Come on, man. What type of fucking, top dog talk about the easy route? You ain't done nothing in boxing. The fight gonna be like 9/11 for his fans, sir. Spence has been KO'd. Man, them niggas gonna make excuses. They put something in his water. They put lifts in his shoes. Who you got winning the inside fight? Who wins the outside fight? Who will get hit the most and take the better, make the better adjustments and buzz? Who has the better recoup? Who knows? They both are. They both are great condition fighters. Terence Crawford is a better inside fighter. I'm trying to tell y'all that now. He way more cagey on the inside, and I think I think Spence is way more dangerous on the outside than people give him credit. I say that. They're both well conditioned fighters. So, like I said before, Spence fight at a high pace. Bud, he fights more at a calculated pace. But we see versus Velasquez, he can fight at a high pace. We see versus Amir Khan. But I think in order for Spence to win, I don't know, man, to be honest. If he's, he start beating on, I hit Crawford everywhere. That's the fuck I do. I be hitting that nigga everywhere. He says, boxing fan 4X say Bud by Lake KO. They underestimating Bud's strength, and that's why I say he gonna win on the inside, bro. You look what he did to Jeff Horn, bro. But he bullied Jeff Horn, bro, on the inside, dude. Nobody even talking about that. He understand. I keep telling y'all about leverage. He understand leverage. And when I seen people say, "Well, Errol Spence looked good on the outside, inside versus Sean Porter," no, he didn't. If he looked good on the inside, Sean Porter wouldn't have been able to get off. He threw a lucky punch. That nigga missed that right hook 1,000 times. Go watch that fight again. He was trying to time that right hook all night. He couldn't catch Sean Porter with that right hook. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, he gonna have to just overwhelm Bud. I would jump on Bud right away. I wouldn't aim for the face. I wouldn't aim for the body. I would aim at the elbows, the shoulders, the wrists. I'll just go out there and hit him everywhere. I go out there and I wouldn't let him get on the front foot. You know what I'm saying? I just hit him everywhere, bro. That's what I do. I wouldn't even allow him to switch it. I'll just be on him. I tell Derek James, you here everywhere. You move him. He's not here. He don't win. Or he'll hit him a wall. Oh yeah, keep his neck. You gonna hear me here. Here everywhere. That's what I tell him. Mark Thomas, he said, hella good content, homie. Stay focused. Appreciate you, Mark. Buzz stronger than people think. That's all them niggas say. Like, dude that was hosting the Q&A with James Toney. Well, Errol Spence is bigger. Come on. About what? But then what do that mean? James Toney bigger. That was more than all of my fights. And he rushed it. I understand leverage. He said dangerous going backwards too. Obviously he can't beat Bud on the back foot, but he get a good distance to be aggressive with him. He have a good chance. Thomas Lather said, "What's up, good fella? I got my favorite boxer, Bud, in 10th round. KO might be a KO. Might go the distance. But all I want to know, if he signed a contract, what's the details? Where they fighting at? What arena they fighting in? What shoes you wearing? You picked your outfit out yet? Come on. That's all I want to know. What's the details? What's the split on your contract? He probably just take a. He probably just took a He probably signed a advisory contract. Probably redone with Al. They be lying, bro. He probably lying about winning this fight too, because we know for a fact they don't be winning this fight. They ain't think Terence Crawford was gonna get free. And I'm free falling. And I'm free. Come on. Free falling. Come on. I just wanna be free. Free. He said, he lost to Porter, in my opinion. He got embarrassed and said he beat him at his own game. In reality, Porter made him fight like that because he had no answer. Factual. Keep telling people that. Who go into boxing looking for the hardest day of work? Come on. Bud probably start piecing them up in the mirror ring. It's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be just like Devin Haney. It's gonna be the battle of the lead hands. Watch what I tell you. That's the key to beating Spence. You got to be able to take a punch. You got to be conditioned. But the number one thing, after that, you have to control the lead hand. Sean Porter showed that. Danny Garcia, he could take the lead hand away. He couldn't catch and shoot because Spence was too rangy. You have to control the lead hand, bro. And Ugas, he just, he didn't he just, he had a good jab, but he just couldn't take it. Errol Spence was just getting off. Ugas was getting on the inside. He was having success on the inside. And then he got tired, bro. And he was hitting Errol with body shots. Errol was hitting him with body shots, and his defense just wasn't good enough. On the inside, he was turning Spence, doing some things on the inside. But like I said before, Spence was just getting off like a machine gun, like the original Machine Gun Kelly. And Ugas just sat there and didn't do nothing. I didn't do a lot. But when he did punch with Errol Spence, he hurt him. He hurt him right before he hurt him in that round. I think it was the 7th or something like the 5th. He hurt him. He hurt him with I think it was a right hand. He clocked him. He punched with him. And that's the dangerous thing about for Errol Spence. Yeah, if Terence Crawford can take that lead hand away, it's over with. If he could take Crawford lead hand away, it's gonna be interesting. Then what Crawford gonna start doing? Could be over for Crawford. It's gonna be interesting. But Ugas clocked him 2 times in that round, bro. He hurt him. He did the chicken dance with the right hand. Then he hit him with another right hand on top of the head. And he hurt him with a body shot down the stretch. So, like I said before, you sit there and let him get off. Shit, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough, but I control his lead hand. Once you could take that lead hand away, it's gonna be easy selling from that point. Trust me. Or easier selling, not easy selling. He said, I think Spence too proud to get stopped unless he get put to sleep. I mean, yeah, Derrick James not gonna throw that towel in either. I mean, Bud just gonna really have to step it up. He really gonna have to step it up, and he can be hurt. We seen it. See, I think Spence. Okay, I read down. He said, I hope they fight in the Allegiant Stadium. I doubt it. Boxing fan for X4. He said Errol Spence Jr. powerful, but he don't know how to finish guys. That ain't even that he don't know how to finish them. Appreciate the super chat. It's just a mindset, bro. Finishing somebody's a mindset, just as much as it's a skill. He don't take the chances no more. And that's the thing about it. When these dudes young, like Virgil Ortiz and Dron Ennis take all the chances, but when they got all the money to lose, they got all the clout and power to lose, but they still be stopping dudes. That's the question. And then, the weight cut, a lot of things go to that. But, he just overwhelmed dudes with volume and power. That's what he is. Just volume. It ain't even like he's just powerful. Because he was real hard hitter. Yeah, he wouldn't need as much volume. But that's what he do. And outside gonna be a good game, bro. It's gonna be a real good. Errol Spence is hard to. It's gonna be hard to get him on the outside, bro. Trust me. Terence Crawford gonna have to really work to get the score. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna work the score. He said if it goes decision, but not winning. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Y'all said that about Haney and Camboso. I actually know Boots and I hang with his brothers. They grew up around my way, Philly style. I think he's ready for both, to be honest. Yeah, why not? Why not? He beating everybody. Not just beating them, he obliterating them. South type of Tank fight Haney. Does Haney keep him honest at distance with a jab, or does he get caught? He keeps ducking to the same side. Tank skill set is enough to catch him. I don't know. I think it's an art to him sliding to that side. So I think it was something that he's seen in Camboso's, but that's gonna be what it is. I mean, what if Tank go in there and outbox him? You never know, but we ain't never seen Tank in there with somebody that could walk and chew bubble gum. It'd be interesting, but Devin Haney ain't gonna be able to play with him with a jab. He ain't gonna be able to control him with a jab. He gonna have to have that left hand and that right hand locked and loaded. That's the question about it. People say, well, Devin Haney ain't got a chin. Devin Haney ain't been on the canvas. So that's all I got to say. Devin Haney ain't been on the canvas. We seen Tank hurt by Easy Cruz. We seen Tank hurt by Rolly. But, Tank shifty, bro. That's a good fight, bro. 50-50. Support the channel, cash up, $ CJ Good. Appreciate y'all. He said, Bud gonna take advantage of Spence. Wait until you finish your combination. Yeah, Spence square up though. So, Crawford makes some mistakes too. This fight is not signed. Yeah, we know that. Clarissa, since Bud left Top Rank, they started with the excuses about spending too much money. They were blaming Bob, but look at him now. Of course, they never wanted to make the fight. Bob Merriman make the fight. Bob would make the fight. Bob, people forget Bob sent Lomachenko to PBC. People forget that. He said, Jordan Richard Spence, I signed my part of the contract to get the IBO strap. I told y'all I'm still cleaning up my division strap season, man. He said that hilarious this last podcast we did on Spotify. Said Spence do a lot of things, though it's definitely a good fight. Yeah, he do. Yeah. He definitely. He said, but we seen Porter took the jab away. What happens from Spence? Yeah. It's easier fight. Boxing fan X4 said he said Mikey Danny were ready to go. He ain't know how to finish the yeah. Like I said, it's a mindset. He said Ugas fight was suspect to me. That's just the way Ugas fight. His grace. He always been admiring his work. We said that leading up to the fight. It's one of the reasons he was gonna lose, and it's the reason that he missed the boat. Let's get with Cajon. We need to see what's Keith Thurman looking like. If he staying in shape, he might be next for one of them. If he looking like a cruiserweight, he might not be in the cards. He says one of them got to see him. A couple months ago we asked him. He said one of these dudes got to see him. That's what he said. And shit, who? At the end of the day, if Keith Thurman never threw another punch, will nobody care? Honestly. So he really ain't posted nothing. He was on the PBC podcast 7 weeks ago. He talked about Errol Spence and Errol Spence and them, bro. Like I said before, man, we would count on Keith Thurman. He might crash his big wheel into a street pole and be out for another year. He said, where you think they gonna put the fight at? Party MGM. That's what I heard. If it happened. The great thing about the fight is both guys at some point it's gonna get touched. It's gonna be about who got what's under the hood. Yeah, who might get cut, who might get hit, but you never know. But Errol Spence fans just seem to not want to fight at a certain point in time. They seem to be financial advisors and tell Terence Crawford what he should take. Well, Errol Spence got the better resume. By who? How does he have a better resume? Especially by a country mile. Like, come on. Sean, Danny, Keith. And he didn't fight Keith. Sean, Danny, and Kell Brook and Mott Peterson. And like, come on. He really, to be at the division since damn near turning pro, he really ain't done much. He didn't get the former number one guy in the division, Keith Thurman. He didn't get the guy to beat Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get Floyd Mayweather in the ring. So come on. He's not validated being number one. I'm sorry. Well, he fought it, Danny and Jerry World and did this, that. Like, dog, they bragging about $5 million gates in a 100,000 seat stadium, bro. If you sell each ticket for $1 in a 100,000 seat stadium, how much money you got? 100,000. Come on, you got $100,000. Come on, this dude had $32, $35, and $45 tickets, bro. And they clamoring for $40,000 tickets. He did a $5 million gate. That ain't good. And he only get 3% of that gate. Do the math. Do the math. Do the math. Do the damn math. Come on. Say he got 40,000 tickets sold. What on average would he sell? $100 tickets. Well, just over 100. So come on. Ticket wasn't expensive, bro. And they had the top level squared off. Juice Lee, salute. Errol not a Hall of Famer right now. He close. Well, Terry Gotti was a Hall of Famer. Terry Gotti was a Navarrete dropped the ball. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. He's been out the ring for a year though. So something to think about. He's been out the ring for a year. But like I said before, if this fight done and all the PBC people keep saying it's done, they waiting on Terence Crawford. Like, bro, show us the contract. Tell us some details. Tell us some details, bro. What's the details? I mean, what's the what like what? Come on, you know what? Who walking first? Who walking second? Come on, come on. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. But yeah, so, show us you signed the contract. Show us what pen you use. Tell us some details. He can't. He can't, bro. If he turn around and fight Keith Thurman, they still gonna have some type of excuse. Just being real. It's still gonna be some type of excuse. So I mean, we can say we want to keep saying about it, but if he got the contract, leak out some details. Leak it to Fred. You talk to Fred. Leak it to Fred. Come on, boxing ego love you so much, Nest love you so much. Leak it to them. And they rocking with PBC because Errol Spence talked to them. There's no objectivity, bro. Everything is about $1. If $1 was not to be made on this shit, bro, come on, you have more objective opinion. That's why everybody. That's why all these niggas start communities on YouTube and they fall apart because everybody pocket watching. Everybody say if you go live at the same time as me, you taking money away from me. It's all about $1. Like somebody told me, when dudes fall out, women told me this one time. When dudes fall out, it's over money. It's over a woman. It's a 90% chance it's over one of them. You see a dude on TikTok, I see it on Instagram. He said his homie shot him over a woman, bro. That wasn't even his. Come on. When these niggas start beefing, it's over women or it's over the money. That's why nobody community lasts long. Yeah, a lot of people don't even pay attention, bro. A lot of these communities, it's a lot of beef, a lot of subtle shots and all this, that, and the third. I never understood the thing about if we go live at the same time, I'm losing money. Bro, you make more money on the replay. Come on. If you know what you're doing. But that's what it's always about. That's why you can't have a large community. You probably at the most be four y'all. Four y'all. And then again, niggas get jealous when your numbers up and more people watch your shit. That's it's better to get in this shit and do it alone and affiliate yourself with a couple people. You might pop up, y'all share information. That's it. But it's very susceptible to overhearing right. Errol Spence Jr. is effective from southpaw stance, or do you think Errol Spence Jr. He not a looping shot type of guy, but I'm pretty sure he can throw that shot. So he really not a looping shot type of guy. But maybe he could set it up where he throw it straight over. He throw it straight a little bit over the top. But he is, you know what I'm saying? So and Kell Brook has some success with his lead hand. So Kell Brook jab better than that, but I think Errol Spence got better feet. Errol Spence jab was real good first Crawford. He had to figure it out, but when he figured it out, it was lights out. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, and I've seen Terence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, really not get touched versus Victor Postal. So if he really wanted to come out there and move and pick Errol Spence apart, it'd be interesting. We all didn't think Canelo Alvarez can dance on Triple G. If anybody told you in the first fight that Canelo Alvarez was gonna move and have success he did with his feet versus Triple G, I told you was crazy. That's exactly what I would have told you. Like, you crazy as hell. But Triple G had issues closing the distance off on him, not just cutting the ring off. He didn't want to close that distance because Canelo was throwing that heat. You know what I'm saying? And that's the honest truth. He was throwing that heat. So when you cut the ring off, you gotta think about it. You gotta be willing to take something. Even if you say, well, he caught him on the shoulder, he parried it, he caught it, man. That shit still hurt. Shit, just because you bump your head or you bump your shoulder, shit, it still hurt. So you gotta be able to take that heat. When you cut that ring off and close the distance, you got You gotta take chances, my nigga. But like I said before, it's gonna be interesting. What if Errol Spence? He really good footwork. Cut the ring off on Bud. He get the moving, and you know what I'm saying. So, but one thing about that, if Bud do pick his feet up and start moving and in and out and sliding and dancing on him, Errol Spence is not one of them dudes who can punch off platform. And that's why he beat Victor Postal. Victor Postal got to be set. When you're dealing with dudes who got to be set, that's why Floyd fought Pacquiao the way he did. Floyd had been studying Pacquiao. He come from a boxing family, a boxing scientist. They knew Pacquiao had to be set, and if you let Pacquiao catch you posing and standing flat foot, he gonna take advantage of it. Excuse me. He knew it. Same thing with Bud and Errol Spence. If he choose to move and go in and out, he know Errol Spence can't punch off platform, so that'd be interesting. But if Errol Spence can't cut the ring off on Bud, it's gonna be funny. Can he close the distance on him? So I can see Terence Crawford coming out there, in and out, fading, turning Bud, boxing him. But the dangerous thing about that, bro, they hate scoring it for the traditional way in boxing. It's hit and don't get hit. They don't give people credit for slipping punches. They don't give people credit for defense, ring generalship. None of that shit no more. If you moving forward, you look like you throwing punches and winning, they gonna score for you. They don't score for the sweet science. That's the sweet science. That's what scoring should be. Ring generalship, punches landed, punches missed, knockdowns, knockouts, points taken away. That's what it is. It's hit and don't get hit. That's the name of the game. And these dudes don't get credit for not getting hit. To be honest, they don't get credit for that. They don't get credit for making a nigga miss. That's just as good as landing a punch on somebody. Making somebody, I've seen people throw crazy punches and pull their arm and hurt their shoulder. But that's why it's beautiful. You can make somebody miss and you can land. He said, dude's not real at all. He said, Errol it's not hard to figure out. He's gonna hit and countered easily by Bud. He not, but he ranged you. It's easy. You can figure somebody out, but figuring them out and executing is different. A lot of people got great game plans coming into a fight, but executing it is something different. I hope Triple G wins that fight for real. He's the most disrespected and skillful boxer in my opinion. Yeah, I hate this ass too though, but I do hope he win that fight versus Canelo. But Flame 124, what's going on? He said salute to the panel. Last Spotify episode here. He said Flame on, what's going on? Support the channel. Venmo CJ Good 313. Appreciate that. Guns he said salute. He says I think the fight can go like Leonard Hearns, where the more like fighter, me and Errol Spence Jr. gets a decision based off. I think you meant Leonard Hagler, based on popularity value, unless Bud stops him. But I don't think so, bro. I think he meant Leonard Hagler. But Leonard stole rounds at the end, and you're right about that. But I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I thought that's what Camboso should have did last Saturday. But you might be right. The difference is Bud a bigger puncher than Marvin Hagler too, so it's a little bit different. And Marvin Hagler came off a tough fight with John the Beast Mugabe at that time. Two of the better fights to watch too. If you want to watch it, I believe it's on YouTube. He said, "Dad moving forward." That's what he say. He don't know what he gonna do yet. So I see Errol, oppressor Errol. Even I see oppressor Errol can go out there and get in a car accident or something can happen to him, or Crawford get injured. But like I said before, it's a black Super Bowl. That's what that fight represents. It represents the black Super Bowl, bro, for boxing fans. So, it's interesting. Hold on. Oh yeah, Fondor and Kobe sent me Fondor and Spence standing next to each other. Crawford standing next to each other. Yeah, big dude, bro. Samson Tulowitzki posted it. I'll put it up here. Give me a minute. I wanna know what real love feels like. I see some Anita Baker tickets. Them hoes going for a rack. I like Anita Baker, but I got a nice top shelf system. It's time for a new one though. But I got a nice top shelf system, and that shit just gonna sound just like the concert without the niggas. It's gonna sound just like the concert. Hell yeah, man. I got these skull candies crushers. Man, bro, I feel like I'm in a different world with them hoes on, man. 704 Joe salute. I want Devin and Loma. That's a great fight. Yeah, it is. You say you think Andrade gonna take the Janabek fight? Now I saw Janabek recently is a really good, dangerous fighter. I don't know what Andrade gonna do. Maybe he should retire, bro. Anita back on tour. Yeah, she got her masters back. She said Chance the Rapper help her get her masters back. I ain't never heard that nigga rap other than that last song. That one song he had. Hold on, big fella. That's it. I ain't. If he a rapper, I know he was lying about being independent. Y'all got any questions? I answered it. He was lying about being independent, and Joe Budden exposed him for not being independent. I'm a grown ass nigga. I don't need no dependence. Bub Boss Fondor, neck man, that's a bad nigga, bruh. We won't be making it to the Spence fight. That's all I gotta say. Even if he win, it's gonna be like when Sergio Martinez fought Chavez Jr. That was in his prime. Chavez Jr. came in. That nigga came in as a cruiserweight, cuz. I'll never forget that fight. It was on pay-per-view. I'll never forget that fight. Never. Dude came in a cruiserweight. And Jake Paul said he coming back on pay-per-view August 6th. Man, Serrano gonna be on the undercard. Apparently that Katie Taylor didn't want to give her a rematch. That's everything you need to know. You know, that is what it is. So, it's all you need to know right there. UK come over here, get a win. They run back over there. Glad he did. I got questions, I'll answer them. He said, Kobe, yes, she is. Hold on, I lost the damn. He said, if I lie, no one wants to see Fondor. Yeah, I won't want to see that nigga D to go to my doorstep. Get the strap, G. Nobody beats Fondor 54. Maybe Charlo Boost, maybe stronger style. Yeah. More likely Charlo. We ain't even seen the best of Boost at 47, so I can't say. Maybe Charlo. Tim's will have a good chance too. He just got the style for it. I don't know if he could take the punishment though. He just stay on the line too much. He too square. But he might if he can punch. If Tim Zoo can punch, like it look like he could punch, you have a chance. You gotta back Fondura up. That's it. You back him up, you in the game. No, he been on a hot streak right now, but if you back him up, you might have a small chance. But Jerry Hurt in his prime would have been interesting. But we'll see. He said, "What do you think can Fondor can fish at? What do you think finish at? I don't know, probably light heavyweight. I mean, super middleweight. Excuse me. He naturally thin guy. Said he walked around at 160, 162 pounds. Who Devin third fighter top? I didn't even know he fighting 3 times. I don't know honestly. He a fool to sign 3 fights over there, but money might be right. He only gonna be in Detroit. Shake my head. Yeah. No, Lil Wayne was just at a concert. What you talking about? Lil Wayne was just at a concert. She acknowledged him in the she acknowledged him in I guess it might be the end, but Lil Wayne, I guess he was here. He was in the he was in the in the crowd at one of them, so maybe that was here. He says, if the fight were made to be made, what would be your undercard? Man, I don't know. I wouldn't even care about the undercard. Nigga, we gonna be shooting dice in the what you call it, the concourse. I don't get hell who's on the undercard. We shooting dice. Shit, we shooting dice to some nigga playing spades and shit at the concession stand. Nigga, we gambling money. I wouldn't even be paying attention to the undercard, bro. They might as well throw some shitty boo boo and piss on the undercard. I wouldn't care. You see your thoughts on Danny doesn't stop Jose? I don't know, man. Who stopped Jose? I think Bud, the only person that stopped Jose Ramirez, I believe. So yeah. I think Bud, the only one that stopped Jose Benavidez, bro. So yeah. That's the only person that stopped him. So I wouldn't expect Danny Garcia to stop Jose Benavidez. So why Katie Keller not trying to win me some more money? Please make her underdog on Fan Man. Amanda Serrano, me looking at it, she won that fight. And she should have knocked her out, but she let her off the hook. But nonetheless, man, I'm out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. We gone.